FlossTube. We're the Real Housewives of Cottage.
I'm Priscilla.
And I'm Chelsea.
And Ronnie's at home.
And I'm here. I'm Kimberly from Fat Critter Shop, and this is Cash. Look how cute he is. Say hello. So I'm just going to kind of run through like I normally do my normal floss tube, and then I'm going to hand it over to them, and then we're going to do questions at the very, very end. So I'm super excited to show you. We have this brand new bag, and it is by Lori Holt, and it's called the Take Along bag, and it is super cute because you can like fit, it fits my Q-snap, so you can just like throw it in. It's perfect. So it's like a little backpack, super nice quality. So we're super excited about that. We have brand new Monaco.
Woo!
So we got the dirt on Monaco. So they're not going to do Monaco by the bolt anymore. That has been discontinued. But they're going to sell the sizes 15 by 18 and 20 by 24. So we have this in stock.
And then, a lot, so buy it.
Yeah, but when it's gone, I don't know when we can get the next batch. That's kind of the way. It's just like, if they have it, you can get it. If they don't have it, you can't get it. It's like this huge company. It's not easy to like get an answer that's a correct answer. So I'm just being honest. It was quite difficult. I finished my Land That I Love, and if you want to follow the hashtag PC Land That I Love, that is the Priscilla and Chelsea Stitch Along. And I used DMC. And I think Priscilla's going to finish it for me. I think.
Can't wait.
Yeah. And then we have the Cottage journals in stock now. Yay! I'm so excited. So I have everything. He's like, you're crazy. I have all my mania in here. And I do have an FFO, which is, I finished my March Cottage of the Month. So I got it framed. So I've got 3 of the 12 done, so I'm super excited that I am on March, even though it's April. I'm never going to have all the years, the correct months done. And then I want to give a big shout out to Kia B, because
those are beautiful.
They're so cute. So she made me some project bags. And she has a tutorial, and there's a link below on how to do it. And oh my gosh, she picked all the colors I like. Pink. So I just want to give a big shout out to her. So that's kind of what we have going on, but I'm just here to like give them the show. Oh, and the other thing that I am gonna try is we got the cloth that is used for the Glitter Village, and I've wanted to do this, but it's linen, it's not even weave, it looks really hard. I think I'm gonna try it. I don't know.
You can do it. You're gonna do it with fancy floss too.
I know she's gonna make me. So.
Okay, real quick, I want to give a shout out to Hunter Blaine, who says, Ronnie is safe, I swear.
Hi, Hunter.
Hi, Hunter.
Come here, I want to hold you. Come back. Yeah.
All right, are we going to show our whips now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've been working on the next, that I can't show you, Farmhouse Chalk. My collaboration with Hands On Design with the chalkboard. And then this week we start our Land That I Love Stitch Along, even though Kimberly already finished hers and Chelsea has kind of already started.
So we're starting that on April 27th. That's this Saturday for our hashtag Stars and Stripes Saturday. And then you can follow along on all the like Facebook or Instagram with that hashtag. If you haven't joined us already, we're Stitching with the Housewives on Facebook, and we're the Real Housewives of Cottage on YouTube.
Yes. And then
Facebook group.
Yes, Stitching with the Housewives.
For Stars and Stripes Saturday, we have hashtags that we stitch. Saturdays are Stars and Stripes Saturday, Wednesdays are Witchy Wednesdays, Santa Sundays, Merry Mondays, and Fall Fridays. So this is my Stars and Stripes Saturday, and this is Sampler House 3 from Plum Street Samplers.
She's not used to showing her own projects. Usually I hold them for her because she has short arms.
I can't reach her to hit her. This is Quilter's Cottage from Lori Holt, and I did a little bit more of the tree yesterday while we were filming.
And so she's using fancy floss, and like she picked her own colors.
No, that was
she's
she's
Aura
using
Floss,
Aura Floss,
but I picked my own colors.
She's using her own colors.
See, I don't even know what's going on.
This is Jack Frost Tree Farm from Little House Needleworks, and I'm almost finished with the second block. The top one is the first block, and there's 7 total in this.
And you decided not to stitch the words, so are you going to fill that space with like snowflakes or something?
Yes.
Okay.
I decided not to stitch the tree names because we only buy a Fraser fir and that wasn't listed, so I didn't want to stitch the other ones. And then I did a little bit on ABC Sampler from, this is Country Cottage Needleworks.
We got to help Grandma out, right? And you've changed the colors on this?
Yes.
You don't really like the color purple, so she changes that usually to pinks.
She changes all the colors all the time. She doesn't ever do anything the same colors, right?
Right.
Which is good.
And this is for my Witchy Wednesday project. Do you want to do this again? Bobbing for pumpkins from With Thy Needle and Thread.
And all of the things that you've seen her show today are on that Even Weave Monaco. So this is Monaco that we have tea coffee dyed, and we've got a video of that on our channel. Different colors. So this color is antique white, and you can make it the tea coffee dyed by just splashing it in some tea and coffee.
And it's a real fun video. Like, they throw tea across their kitchen, and I was like horrified when I watched it. I was like, what are they doing? They're just like throwing anything in the pot.
All right, so mostly I've been stitching on my secret project that I can't show you. It's in one of my Lila May bags that I've got. Next,
That's for our retreat next week in Minnesota.
Yeah. Next, I was working on Holly Jolly by Country Cottage Needleworks, and this one I chose to darken up the colors on it. Our decorations are more like dark reds or black because we use a lot of buffalo check, so that's gonna match my decor at home more. And then for my Halloween project, I'm working on Tingles. It's a Lizzie Kate. And when it's all said and done, it's going to be this long row. And this one, so this was splashed in tea coffee, but then it was baked, and it was baked a little bit longer, so you can see deep modeling on it. And it gives it a more Halloween.
Definitely crusty.
Old and crusty. Hi. And that's my whips for this week.
And then we have some thread packs. So we have some Land That I Love Priscilla packs. We have about 20 left, and then we'll be getting more. And then we have a brand new product called Fancy Floss Favorites that Chelsea and Priscilla put together. So if you're somebody who follows them, loves how they put their threads together, this is a great starting point. And we're going to have some videos on how to use Fancy Floss. I actually used it yesterday for like the first time.
And she loved it. She loved it.
Yeah, she made me. She was like, you have to do it.
These colors too are kind of neutrals where you'll be able to use them for a lot of things like grass or roofs or houses. I mean, it's kind of a starter bundle for Fancy Floss if you haven't used it before.
And Kimberly will be stitching on Monaco before we leave too.
Yeah, they're trying to get me to stitch on that. I'm scared. So we have some questions. I think we're going to start there, and then we'll just answer any questions you have. And we're going to go a little bit longer today.
Yeah, sure.
I think he's going to go take a nap. I think. Or eat his bottle or whatever.
Okay. Question from the FQS Facebook. Heather Watson Strickland says, I quilt, embroider, cross stitch, needlepoint, and crochet thanks to my wonderful Mima. How did you learn to cross stitch? And I think this question is for everyone.
You go first.
I taught myself. I was with someone who, we went to a store and she bought some things, so I bought myself some too, and that was over 30 years ago, so I taught myself. It's easy.
How did I learn how to cross stitch? My mom kitted up something small for me, and it was on Ada, and I tried it, and I was hooked.
So when I was about like 10 or 11, a lady that was my mom's friend that worked with my mom taught me.
Did you keep it that entire time? Have you done it that entire time, or did you?
I like start and stop and start and stop. I'm kind of like crochet, quilting, cross stitch. I kind of move around to whatever the hobby of the week.
But cross stitch is so great because it's so portable.
Yeah.
All right. Question from Robin Dunn of these two fab ladies. Who has the most UFOs?
I do. I won't count my whips because it's embarrassing, but my closet is just lined with like these duffel bags of whips that I've done. But I'm okay with that. I have a certain day that I stitch each project on, so it's okay.
And it's funny because when I started watching their channel, I was like, God, Priscilla gets a lot done and Chelsea gets nothing done. It was like I started watching when it was like you were really busy, and then after that you started. But it was funny because I was like, oh, I mean, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's okay. Like that's what I mean about like it's okay to do whatever you want to do. Like like you should just do your hobby how you want to do it. You don't have like she doesn't have to do it how she does it. I stitch on Ada, they stitch on Monaco.
Yeah.
Like, you do whatever you want to do.
Change the colors if you want to.
Okay. Question from Linda Bilby. Chelsea, what made you finally take up cross stitch? Were you tempted in earlier years?
No, I wasn't tempted in earlier years. Again, my mom kitted something up. I needed something, I was working at the time and I needed something to unwind at night, and I was into paper crafting, but it wasn't portable. I wanted something where I could like sit and watch TV and do that. So she kitted up a small Lizzie Kate farm project. It had chickens in it, and I think that's what kind of drew me in. I have chickens at home, if you don't know.
30.
Yeah. 20.
20. That's a lot of chickens. I thought she had like 2 chickens.
No, I have a lot. And from there, I kind of just kept building on that. I went to a prairie schooler next, and I mean, I really enjoyed it. So it's something I can take with me. You know, I wait in line to pick up the kids from school, and I'm able to throw some stitches in. At night, I'm able to watch TV and kind of unwind, and it's easier for me than the paper crafting was.
Okay. From Patty German, if a frame piece is over 30 years old, is it safe to take it apart and update the frame? My mom did such beautiful stitching, and I'd love to pass this on to my granddaughter.
So I think it would depend on if it's what you mean by taking it apart. If you're just taking that stitched piece out of the frame, if it's laced on the back, you'd be able to switch it out to a new frame, or if it's on sticky board, yes, you could just move that piece to a new one. About taking it off of the lacing, you would just cut it off.
You probably have to check to see the stability of the fabric it's stitched on.
Yeah, if it were behind glass this entire time, that would have a lot of factors with it. If it's a really sentimental piece, I might take it to an actual framer and have them. Have them do it.
From Debbie Sears High Stand, I'd like to know how long Priscilla has been cross-stitching, and did her mom or her grandma cross-stitch? Thanks.
Only 10 years because she's only 25.
That's right. No, they did not cross-stitch, but they did other kinds of handcrafts, and I have been stitching over 30 years, I think, right?
I don't know.
All right, questions from Instagram. Are you guys ready for your newfound fame? Would Priscilla ever consider designing and charting her own patterns?
Well, I do draw the chalkboard designs that get put into charts by Hands-On Design, so that's kind of halfway there. And we're just
do you have any to
us.
show? Do you have a pattern?
No, I did not. I had them over there, but I did not bring one over.
Well, Hands-On Design kind of translates her chalk drawings into stitched pieces, and you'll see them. They're stitch on black. She's got quite a few on her blog, or we show them on our YouTube as well.
And they'll say on the front cover Priscilla Blaine, so that's how you know which ones are hers.
Yep.
And they say chalkboard, and there's a new one coming.
Yeah.
All right,
and you guys actually have a kit. Yeah. The Rose Cottage.
Yeah, we have a Rose Cottage kit available, and so we use the same colors. We kitted it up in DMC.
All right, from Cotton Blossom 40, I'd love for Priscilla to explain the finishing process where she uses torn fabric and magnets.
So I use magnets usually on the back of the piece that I'm attaching the stitching to, because then if you're going to change it out, you only have to use one magnet instead of a bunch, and use washers on the back of the stitching. I rip gingham usually, or homespun, and then gather it with a needle and thread, or just with glue, and attach it to the back for those kind of pieces.
That's the kind of pieces that she likes to stitch most, I'd say, are like, you know, you're working on the cottages of the month, something that's interchangeable where you can swap it out, and that's an easy way and a less expensive way than taking it to a framer. We're trying to use things that are more economical, I'd say. Old and crusty is something that we're known for. We like to get things at flea markets or Goodwill, wherever we can, and use those things to repurpose and put cross stitch on.
And the amount of storage you have for a stack of 12 pieces, like for the cottage of the month, is about this big instead of
12
like
frames.
Yeah.
Yep. Or the wall space. People are like, well, I've run out of wall space. I don't have places to store my cross stitch anymore. She makes beautiful vignettes, or like the one we've done here. You guys may see it a little later. putting it in a hutch, things like that, you're able to display your cross stitch differently.
Okay, from Hill House Stitches. Hi ladies, Priscilla, have you always stitched in hand without any hoops or frame?
Yes, I have never used a hoop or a Q-snap, or I've owned a couple of hoops because I used to do like regular embroidery, but I've never used them for cross stitch.
And that's like another way that they can like
put more money into fancy floss.
Yes, they love fancy floss. Anything to get them more fancy floss. We should just send a truck of fancy floss to their house. That's like every other word, like fancy floss, fancy floss. And so fancy floss, if you guys don't know, because when I first started watching their channel, I actually didn't know what they were talking about. It's the like overdyed. Overdyed. Yeah, overdyed, it's that. Floss. It's like overdyed floss where there's like variegation.
It's hand dyed. Yes.
And it gives the look, like she was explaining it as like the roof might be one brown, but then it looks like it's 3 browns because of the movement.
It just gives it dimension when you're stitching your piece.
And we did a video to show like different ways you can use it, or different ways you can stitch up and down, or left to right, horizontal, vertical, circles, that kind of thing. So it can help you like envision how you would do it, because I think the biggest part, or the biggest reason I haven't done it is, first of all, I'm scared. Second of all, I think I can do it now. Yeah, I woke up this morning and I was like, I can do it. If Priscilla can do it, I can do it. That's right. Yeah.
So we're getting a lot of love in the comments, but one that encompasses it all was from Instagram. 3 of my favorite people. You have inspired so many people to keep stitching and giving so freely of your finishing ideas. I thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we try to show like everything, you know, we just try to be very authentic and show you what we really do. And my style is totally different than her style, and it's okay. Like, do what you love. Do whatever inspires you.
It's all nice in the end.
Yeah, and like if your house matches my house, you could copy me, right? But like if your house doesn't match Priscilla's house, don't copy her, because then when you do it, you're gonna be like, it doesn't match my house.
Yeah. So they just have to change their house. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
That's funny. Change your house.
Next question from BenFast1. What are your favorites, Ada or linen, and any particular stitch count?
28 count evenly in Monaco. Now available at fatquartershop.com.
And it took us like, I don't know how many months to get that product. I cannot tell you how many hours.
I feel like you did that all for us.
We did, but it took a long time to get it.
That's the only thing Mom and I stitch on. We tea coffee dye, and that's something that we have shared with you guys. If you love stitching on Ada, then stitch on Ada. If you love linen, stitch on linen. Even if it calls for a different thing, just stitch on what makes you happy, because it's not something that's supposed to frustrate you. You're supposed to love your hobby, if that makes sense.
And I stitch on 14 count lamb's wool, which however you say that. And this is the look, and I don't know, I just like it. And I like that it's, we've gotten some comments that's a little bit stiff. I actually like that, because if it's thin, then you can't, I feel like you can't find the holes as much. So I prefer, if I was gonna go to a store and like touch stuff and decide, I would rather have something stiff than soft, which is, I think, what y'all agree with. But I use Ada 14 count lamb's wool.
Okay. From Treehouse Knits, let's say your home was on fire, sorry, and you could only grab 2 FFOs from your collections, what would they be? This question's for everyone.
Okay, you start.
I would take the kids' Christmas stockings, so that's more than 2, and my bin at Prairie School or Santa's. So that's 2, right?
I would take,
Yes.
I would take my designer mystery quilts that are in my bedroom. I think it's the 2018 and 2019. I would take quilts. They take longer than cross stitch.
I would take probably my Liberty Lane by Country Cottage Needleworks and my Sunflower barn. Yeah, Sunflower barn from Little House. Yeah, from Little House. Those are 2 of my favorites.
All right,
That's a hard question, though. Because first I'm gathering my animals, so all my chickens and everything. First
And your kids.
Right. Well, yes, I would assume they're out the door.
Chicken.
Chickens are outside, though. They'd be okay.
My little chickens aren't.
Oh.
They're in your house.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, I've got 6 little chickens.
Where are they at?
In my laundry room.
In a basket?
Yeah. Not in a, in a play, it's a baby playpen type thing.
It's
Good
okay.
thing you didn't come to our house.
Okay. Chris and Harmon is asking, what is sticky board versus foam board, or is it the same thing?
Not the same thing.
Sticky board has an adhesive on it.
And it's thinner.
Right.
Acid-free adhesive.
Right. So I use it
Can you grab?
cross stitch down and mount our stitching on there.
Yeah, so you can use sticky board two ways. So you can attach the stitching directly to the acid-free adhesive, perfectly fine, or you can flip it over and attach the backs of your piece to the sticky part if you just cut a small piece, and Kimberly showed that in a previous video.
So like one side is sticky and one side is not. So like, for example, what I would do, I don't ever do it, so I'm talking out of line, but I would put batting on one side with glue, turn it over, and just attach like a inch around or something.
Yes, we do that sometimes
so that it
too.
would be easier if I needed to take it off, like that question, if you want to take it off in 40 years. You
It
can
does.
like,
It does come off though, and
But it
I
won't,
have
like, instead of-
pieces that are 30 years old and they're still fine. So
yeah, so you don't have to take off the whole front. And then a mounting board is thicker, is it?
It's thicker, and you would typically lace it around the mounting board.
All right. Question also from Chris and Harmon. Will you be doing a step-by-step demo on how you mount your finished projects to something?
Stay subscribed.
Yes. Okay. And when you do a drawing, your chalk drawings, how do you figure out how to turn that into a pattern?
I do not turn them into a chart. I just draw the chalkboards and then they go to Kathy at Hands On Design and she turns them into a chart.
You start with a certain size chalkboard, you
Right.
fill that up, and then she's able to
Right.
convert it in her.
And when we do a series, then I do all the chalkboards the same size so that they're the same size through the series.
Okay. Back to some questions from Facebook. Ida Ariella says, so excited. How do you stitch so early in the morning?
That's for you.
It's my best time of day. It's quiet. I try to get at least an hour in before I start everything I have to do, so it's great. It's my favorite time to stitch.
We're both early birds, though. Like
You do too?
Yeah. So you can't catch me up later than 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, but in the mornings we're able to get up and just kind of get stuff done.
I don't stitch in the morning, so don't answer my question.
Not even after
Busy
you've had your
running
tea.
the kids to school and
No, I come to work. No. Cash is over there talking. He's going night-night.
From Kimberly Post, I am relatively new to cross stitch. What does kit it up mean?
it means gather all the supplies, like your fabric, your floss.
Grab your Ziploc bag or your pillowcase, throw your floss in, so a lot of the times we have an extra needle in all of our projects, so our projects are ready to go. So when I want to, if I'm running an errand or something where I'm going to be waiting in the car, I take this with me and I'm good to go. So you have your fabric, your chart, your floss, a needle, and then some travel scissors, and you're good to go. And that's what kitting it up means.
Or buy a kit already done, and then you're ready right then.
All right, from Yasmin Khan Akhtar, would you guys ever stitch a Haid or Mirabilia Designs manic?
That's a strong no from me.
So I don't think I would ever stitch a Haid, but the Christmas stockings that I have stitched are the whole entire thing. But a Mirabilia, there's a couple Santas that I kind of like, so I don't know that I would ever get to them, but I do like them. So
To me, it's like too much of a time commitment. They're beautiful, but like I know that I will never finish them. That's why I do these little ones, because I know I can like start and finish, and I know that it's accomplishable because I'm really busy and I have like a crazy life, and it's a miracle that anything gets done, if you want to know the truth. Like, it's a miracle.
Okay, from James Patrick, do you glue finished pieces to accent backing?
yes, with hot glue.
Also from James Patrick, what glue do you use for magnets and washers?
Hot glue.
We try to keep it economical, so hot glue for everything.
And they like the big hot glue gun, not the little one.
Right, the little hot glue gun where you have to squeeze 20 times to get something out, it's a waste. Buy a big one, save yourself some carpal tunnel.
That's great.
And then at the end of the video, we can go over to this side of the set and show, and like let them show like their beautiful pieces too. But I'm gonna make you wait. But when they came, I will tell you, we were like ruffling through them. Like, oh my gosh, there's one over there that I'm
so
like.
we shipped them. We were going to bring them on the suitcase.
Okay, cool. Sorry that it froze, guys. I don't know what happened, but we're back on. Are you guys ready to take some questions that were asked live?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I am going to try to be fair and go back to the very beginning. From Denise Henkel, Priscilla, please do some free bushing tutorials.
Free what?
I don't know what that means.
Finishing tutorials?
I'm gonna guess. It says bushing, but they might have meant finishing.
Maybe they want to see me chop down my bushes outside. I do want to get rid of those.
Maybe they mean gardening.
Maybe they mean gardening, yeah. Maybe. The person that asked that question, feel free to clarify. From Leanie22, what fabric count and color did you stitch your Lamb That I Love on, Kimberly? It looks yellow on the screen.
14 count Witchell lamb's wool. It's not yellow, it's like a tan. And my house is pretty neutral. I don't have a lot of colors going on. I have like white and just a couple of accents. So it's very, I like my things very neutral, very, I don't know, plain. I like plain Jane.
It's cute though. It's very cute.
And I can see the holes.
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel Fuentes says, Lily, ask Priscilla if her KitchenAid mixer made it safe.
I was going to bring mine and put it on the set and I forgot.
Oh.
No, security took it away from us.
Oh.
She tried taking off some of her bracelets so she didn't get patted down.
And I still got it.
And she still got it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Okay, do y'all want to tell the other story about the airport?
What? How they took the stroller from us? How I forgot the car seat? I mean, it was miserable. How we had to trek all the way to the furthest airport thing to get with the baby.
The end gate.
It was fun.
The very end gate?
Yeah, the very end gate.
And stitching on the plane, I lost my needle.
And the guy next to them was like looking at them like they were crazy.
Yeah.
And the needle was in her boot and then she pulled it out. And they wondered why the guy sitting next to them thought they were weird.
Yeah, I was like, the guy wouldn't even play peekaboo with the baby because the baby kept like looking at him and he was just like really just not having it.
He's like, they got a lot going on over there in those seats.
Yeah, and she sits down in the seat and she's like, well, David usually turns on my light for me and my fan. Okay, here we go.
And the question we got earlier about bushing was supposed to say, Priscilla, please do some finishing tutorial.
Thank you guys.
We're going to do some.
I was hoping for the chopping down the bushes.
So yeah, so check both of our channels. Ours is Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube, and theirs is The Real Housewives of Cross Stitch, hence the shirts.
Available at the Fat Quarter Shop.
We got to take a tour yesterday. And we were
Oh
really
my
excited
goodness.
to see.
Okay. Question from Carolyn Ponce, is the Monaco SP 14 count or smaller?
28 count. So you stitch over
Over
two.
two. So it'll be the
it's
same
like
size.
14 count.
Yeah. It'll be the same size project as if you were stitching on 14 count. The holes are just a little bit smaller. So that's kind of why we like it, is when you look at the final project, you don't see the holes as much as you see the stitching is our.
And the color they have is antique white, so they're not making white right now. Like this is I bought every single thing that was in the DMC warehouse in France.
Wow.
So there's nothing else until they make more. But we did ask them, like we place orders so that hopefully they will make more, so that like we can get more, other stores can get more. It's just very difficult. They just recently got bought, so I'm sure they're just trying to figure out like what to do.
Well, we'll tell them what to do. Make it. Sell it by the bolt.
Yeah, I was just lucky that we got some, because we've gotten so many people like call customer service.
Yeah.
And where is it? And I'm like, we're trying our best.
This might be the same question, but Wilma Evans says, what count is their new cloth?
Yeah.
Is that the Monaco? Okay,
It's
perfect.
the same.
Joan Hill says, I love the teal cups on the table. Are they for sale?
Yes. They're Kimberly Stitch Squad Yetis.
And where can they find them?
That corner shop. In the link below. I don't know. Yeah, everything linked below. Description box,
girls,
right?
get busy. Push that arrow.
Description box. Yes, the little.
I need to put an arrow in. All right, Tracy Godfrey says, is Priscilla changing colors on bobbing for pumpkins?
Yes.
Pretty
And
much
I
yes
have-
for everything.
I have not put that out anywhere yet.
And she puts everything on her blog. Once she's got I guess I'm going to speak for you, but like once she's got the project going enough where she's comfortable with, she's not going to change the colors again.
Yes.
And then she puts it on her blog so that if in 3 years somebody wants to know what she did, there's like, that's her record. That's like her scrapbook of what she did. Kind of like with me, I'm doing the cross stitch journal so that I can remember what I did. I don't know how to do a blog, so there's my journal, but hers is like online for everybody to see.
I am using that though for my mania, because it's going to be great. I can put 2019 at the top and I'll know that that was my mania.
Yep,
Instead
and then
of
kinda cross
looking
it out
through
as
every
you go.
spiral notebook I own trying to find last year's.
Yeah.
Question from Melissa Sanfransky. Is the Fancy Floss favorites on the website yet?
It's on the coming soon page. If you link below, you can find it. And also, we just put it online literally 5 minutes ago. There's no photo. You can't search it. But by tomorrow, you will be able to. And everything's ordered. We're just waiting for it to come in. It'll probably be 2 weeks.
They all are
They have to
Classic
dye it.
Color Works. Yeah.
Yes, and like Diane owns Classic Color Works. She has to dye it. It's not like you just order it and they just ship it. Like she's
It's all
got.
done by hand.
Yeah,
Yes.
so like there is going to be more of a process.
And Classic Color Works, it fills the holes more.
The coverage.
Yes, the coverage is better. It's fluffier, fills the holes more on your project, so you don't see as much of your background.
And it's also, y'all said pre-cut, so that when you take it off, you don't have to cut. Like when I put my DMC on these little floss flowers over here. So I pull all of it out and then divide it up into 8 strands, which takes time before I start my project. So if you use Classic Color Works, you don't even have to do that.
All right. Amanda Williams Adams says, when will So She Did pattern become available?
3 weeks. It is at the framer, and so we're just waiting for that to come back. We paid a rush fee. As soon as we get it back, we're going to photo it. Next week we're going to be at Lori Holt's doing her photo shoot for her Farm Girl Vintage 2 book. I will be doing a live stream on Friday morning to show all the quilts. Next Wednesday, we are going to have a video on our channel and their channel on Mania. And it's going to show every single one of our Mania projects in as much detail as we can
Go
give without messing up. So next Wednesday, you'll get a video. It just won't be live. And then I'll show you all of every quilt in her book. I'll show you next Friday.
All right. Deanna Payne says, are all of you doing 31 projects for Stitch Mania?
Yes.
Yeah. Priscilla's probably doing 40, but yeah.
No, I have 3 extras, so I'm going to do 34, I think. I'm going to have 3 days where I start 2 projects.
The one thing that I think is going to be good about it for me is like stepping out of my comfort zone, because I like to like start and stop and start and stop and never have a lot going on. And so this will kind of give me a chance to like get more done, and then I don't have to think about my next project because I've already picked what I like. So this is totally out of my comfort zone. I'm going to say this is her comfort zone.
Yeah.
She's already got a lot going. Like she's used to doing that.
Yeah.
Like it's
She
going to
won't
be
even count her whips, though. I guarantee you that there's 100 over there. No, she's going to
100.
31 more.
that's not. There's not 100.
109.
She's gonna go over there one day and count them.
All right. This one's a question for all of you. Karen Gieselman says, can you remember your first project?
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
I stitched Precious Moments, my first project.
I made a frog with really thick yarn, and it was a half stitch, and I gave it to my dad, and I know it's probably still in his garage somewhere because he saved everything. And one time when I was little, I tried to take it back, and he was like, "You're an Indian giver, you can't have it back." Because I wanted to just hang it in my room, and he was like, "No."
My first project is over there. It's a Lizzie Kate pattern. What's it called?
You brought that?
Yeah.
Go get it.
I didn't know if that's rude.
I didn't know you brought that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big one too.
No,
for
it's
being-
little.
Hen party, it's called.
Oh no, that's Little House Needleworks. That
Oh,
wasn't
Little
your
House.
first.
Oh, well, this is my second then.
Lizzie Kate was a farm.
Oh, this is my second one. So simple. It's done on Ada tea coffee dye. This was my first tea coffee dye.
Okay, show the back. Show the sticker. Show the sticker.
She's gonna get mad. 99 cents. 99 cents.
Goodwill 99 cents. We don't have Goodwill 99 cents here. We are gonna try to go to some like we're gonna do like go to Hobby Lobby and like get some stuff to
A
finish.
shop with us video.
And then we're gonna try to go to some like antique stores, thrift stores, but I just don't think it's gonna be the same because it's like Austin, like $20 for something used. Where you could just go to Home Goods. That's why I go to Home Goods, because Home Goods is cheaper than anything else in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we got this couch. Me and
It's
Lily.
beautiful.
Me and Lily almost had a breakdown, the both of us. And Lily's super calm. I'm not at all. I'm a complete. When I get mad, I just cannot. And we went to like furniture store, and we were just like, I'm not paying $1,000 for a couch. And finally, I said to Lily, let's just go to Home Goods. And she was like looking at me like, I don't want to go. I want to go home. I've had enough of you today. It was just really hard. Like, it's hard. We're not decorators, me and Lily. I'm going to just speak for her. We just know what we like, but it's not innate to us to just go to a store and be like, oh, that'll look good and this will look good and let's buy this.
You did a good job though. That hutch is absolutely beautiful. This couch is awesome.
So we found the couch at
Home Goods.
Home Goods, and it was like, oh my god, it was like the biggest. Best.
Do we get to take this home with us?
It was only
And the hutch?
$400. Like a couch for $400. That's like unheard of.
Yeah, it's nice.
And it's comfortable.
It's really comfortable.
Yes. And then Lily went back the other day and bought 2 more couches.
That's true. I needed a couch. Susan Giesler says, Priscilla, are you going to do a holiday chalk on the farm?
Well, the 4
Farmhouse
in the
chalk.
farmhouse chalks are all holiday themed. So the next one is definitely holiday, and the next 2 after that will definitely be holidays. So yes, they will all be holidays, but I can't tell you what
Which
holidays. Yeah. But it's awesome.
We have a lot of questions coming in, so we will try to get to all of them.
Yeah, and we're gonna go a little bit longer so
Yes.
that we can try to get to more.
Okay.
And Cash went to sleep, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe he's like over here sleeping and we're just like
He
talking.
should be sleeping. He was up all night. He was partying. Our eyes are like, ah.
Susan Overstreet says, what size needle do you use on Monaco?
26.
26.
My favorites are Pat Carson. Second is Bohan.
And I use Bowen 26. And I also use the John James Petite sometimes. I love them so that I can do the sewing method, but I break them.
Yeah.
Like, because, I mean, I'm just like, I'm just kind of tough on things. So they do break, and that would be my only complaint is that I need to learn how to control my... But also I'm using Ada, so it's stiffer
Yep.
than like 2 holes. It's stiffer, so you got to kind of like really get it, and I break them.
All right. Babette McLennan says, what size is the fabric the Tingles project is being done on?
The what?
What size? What do you mean by that? Well, it's 28 count Monaco, and so I am a person that does not measure my fabric. So I use every last scrap that I can. Again, I'm trying to be resourceful. So I've got it just on a long piece of fabric. This was probably at one point where we could buy it by the yard, which was a while ago. So it's just started on a sliver of that yard long ways, but it's going to be, I mean, I'll have extra room on this side to do ornaments.
We need
bolts,
bolts,
yeah.
When you're
we're trying to work on the bolts.
Yeah, when you're starting your project, we like to just do like 2.5 to 3 inches in on each side. We don't ever start our projects in the middle like some people do. We start in one of the corners because it's easier for us stitching in hand.
And they'll start with like a yard so that they can just stitch in one corner. And they might have like, say this is a yard of fabric. If you watch their channel, they'll have like one going here and then one going here and then one going here. And my OCD is like, I couldn't even keep up.
I'm not that bad. She's the one that's like that, and sometimes
You
she
had one
loses her
yesterday.
project.
She had one yesterday that she like started and she didn't like it, so she just like turned it over and started. So it's like good, but it's good. Like with the yard, I thought it would be too bulky, but watching them yesterday, it was not. It just lay. I just thought it would kind of go this way. It doesn't. It really just lays in your lap.
Yeah.
And then they can just cut it out after they're done, and then they've got all the rest, and they haven't wasted anything.
She's talking about yesterday. We filmed a video showing some of our whips and things. So that's what how to stitch in hand and whatnot with our yard of
Yes,
fabric.
there's lots of videos coming.
And it's good to like see it like in action, so you can like see how other people do it. So you can choose like, does that work for you? Maybe you're gonna learn something that somebody else does that helps you.
Yeah.
Or you're not, or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I thought it would be so much harder to have that 1 yard, but just seeing it, it just lays in your lap. It's like a pillow. It almost helps like puff
Or a
up.
comforter.
Yeah, it's true.
Melissa Safransky says, there's so much information on Priscilla's blog. How long have you been doing the blog?
10 years.
Maybe 10 years, maybe 8. I'm not sure. I should have looked.
That's a long time.
And from Terry Lane, are you excited to be a big part of the cross-stitch revival? This is kind of for everyone.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We love seeing everybody's projects that are inspired by us. We love seeing just sharing the inspiration. And both of our Facebook groups are a great way to see that and how positive this hobby can be. Even though we're all doing something different, we stitch a little bit differently, we can all love the same thing and kind of share the positive aspect of it. And I think that's something that you don't see quite often. So in our groups, we both share a lot of inspiration.
We probably get 10 to 12 messages a week for people saying that they've started stitching again because of seeing our FlossTubes and
we just appreciate
Instagrams and Facebook and everything, and it's great.
And it's awesome to see like how somebody can just take a pattern and do exactly what Priscilla's doing. Change the colors, make it fit their house, like step out of the box. Whereas I think if you went back 20 years ago, people just would go in a local needle shop, they would buy the pattern, they would buy exactly what was on there. It was kind of more rigid and like very like, I gotta use this floss, I gotta use this fabric. Now it's more be creative.
Right, but there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't feel up to, you just buy it and you're gonna have a nice project either way.
Yeah. But I think it's like, it's just so fun to see what people do. And she
Changing
always
the
puts
fabric.
a chicken on the house. That's always fun when she like posts something and there was a house, but then all of a sudden there's a chicken on top of the house and you're like, she put a chicken on the house.
All right. Cindy Faree says, does Priscilla use steam when she irons, finishes projects?
Yeah, so you have a towel. We have a white towel on the ironing board. You flip your cross stitch, the front of the cross stitch down onto the towel, and you iron the back of it. And you can use steam. Some people don't. We're not saying to do as we do, but yes, we do that.
But we don't use linen. Our fabric is cotton.
And they also have it. It has already pre-shrunk because they put it in the pot.
Yeah.
They boiled it. They baked it. They put it in the oven. They just threw some coffee on it. So it's already pre-shrunk. So if
Drag
they're
it through
using
the mud.
steam, if they're steaming it, it's not going to shrink later because they've already done that. But I use steam too, and I don't do any of that.
We use the fancy floss, and there's no bleeding or anything.
We don't wash our projects after we're finished, though. So we like to make sure that our hands are clean when we're stitching. We don't wash our fabric after the fact.
All right. From Wilma Evans, do you use a snap frame or freehand?
They're freehand. I use a Q-snap.
And you were doing pretty good yesterday in sewing.
They're trying to convert me.
She was stitching in hand and she was going right along. So
stitching in hand with fancy floss.
I was so scared too. I was like, they're watching me.
No, I let she was zooming along. She's like, oh, okay.
I could do this.
And it's really neat because I have always stitched from left to right. And she stitches from right to left, right? And then you stitch up and down. And I was like, oh, and then I was like doing it.
Yeah.
Charlotte Wolfong says, I have DMC thread that is 17 years old. Is the thread still good to cross stitch with?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Donna says, Donna from Facebook says, I hear putting cross stitch behind glass is not good. What do you guys think?
I wouldn't say that. A lot of people put glass in front of it to avoid like the grease from their kitchens or dust. I mean, if they don't want to dust it, or sun fading. So I wouldn't say it's bad.
I do museum glass on everything, but I have really young kids and they like to touch stuff, and I don't want their greasy, boogery stuff on my stuff. I love my kids, but I don't want their boogers. I mean, on the way to school, they pick their boogers and stick it on each other. They're just kids. Like, I don't want them touching it. I love them just as much, but I don't want their boogers.
Julie Peak says, good morning. What would you suggest for a person who has never cross-stitched to start?
Start a small project so you feel a sense of accomplishment. Small project.
And something that you just really love.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I would definitely try Ada 14 count for the first project.
Yep.
But there are a lot of people that they just jump right in. I've seen people that have stitched the chalk designs on black for their first time on 28 count, and they're good. So,
But just really make sure that you love the pattern. And again, I would say start with something small. If I had started something huge, I would have felt overwhelmed because you're still learning how to do it, the technique, the time that goes into it, how to lay your stitches. There's a lot that goes into it, I guess, that once you are experienced, you're not really thinking about. But to begin with, that's something that you've got to start with.
All right, Tamara Bowen says, when are you ladies contacting Pandora for some cross-stitch charms?
Oh, no kidding.
Oh my
Somebody
goodness.
found, I think it's a shoelace charm that looks like X's that is really cute, but it was discontinued. But that would be
it'd be
wonderful.
cute to have a hoop with fabric coming out of it, even
Yeah.
though we don't use the hoop.
Yeah. If anyone knows anybody at
And
Pandora.
they are really heavy. Like, when she got in the car, the first thing I did was I was like, oh my goodness.
All right, from Dion O'Kane, Priscilla and Chelsea, did you ever in a million years imagine how many followers and admirers you would have? I can't get enough.
No, thank you. And no, we started this out just to share our hobby. We never thought, no. And I don't know that we thought we would be doing it every week. She didn't want to do it in the beginning. She was like, this is so
You didn't?
weird. No, she
And
didn't know.
I think they're so successful because they're so funny. Like, funny. They don't even know they're funny. They're funny. Like,
but
she's
no,
real funny.
and we appreciate
Hunter was
everybody.
the one though that was pushing it, and then
Yeah.
you were like, "Okay, we're doing it," and I was like, "No, we're not." And you bought a tripod, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Pamela Fox says, do you feel more pressure now to stitch since so many people are watching you? And is it turning into more like a job rather than pleasure stitching?
No.
Mine is kind of like a job because I have to have my designs ready to go.
to Kathy.
Right. So, but I don't feel it that, I mean, I do feel pressure that I have to stitch those quickly to get them done, but I don't feel pressure to stitch like for Saturday's videos.
I think it keeps me on task though with all my 5,000 whips. Like I can certainly just sit down and be a couch potato, but I can just whip out my stuff because I know that I have to have something to show. So it does keep me engaged in it too. I think it's a good way, I don't know, for that.
A motivator.
But yeah, I don't feel like it's a job. I don't feel like I have to do it.
I feel like I have to stitch every day to be me.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the quilting is definitely a job because on that I have to go home. I really feel most comfortable at my house stitching. So it's like I do have to like stop what I'm doing, go there, and quilting takes me much longer. With the cross stitch, I don't feel so much like it's a job because I can do it in my living room with my kids, or I can do it at work, or I can do it in the car. But quilting is more, that is definitely more of a job because I want it to look perfect. It takes much longer than cross stitch. I mean, I have to starch my fabric. But that's okay, I still do whatever.
it, yeah.
I still get to I only have to sew what I like. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, what could be a better job than like sewing and like.
And for us to see all the quilts here yesterday, oh my goodness.
They're beautiful. All of them.
And all the fabrics. Mm.
Mary Gordon says, are y'all participating in Mania and what are your plans?
Yes, so we're doing Mania, and we're going to have a video that releases next Wednesday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on Factory Shop FlossTube, and they can put it on their channel, which is The Real Housewives of Cross Stitch, and we're going to show all, what is that, 93, because, but
Yeah,
then
but I
she
got
has
3
2,
extra.
so 95, because 31, 31, 31, 4, I don't know, something like that. I can just, I don't know, that
95
video's going to take, that video's going to take forever.
We're quick.
All All right. Don Green says, is it possible to stitch in hand on Ada?
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Linen,
It's
Ada.
anything.
Yeah.
And Denise Henkel says, Kimberly, will you ever offer the ordering option, including the floss, whether DMC or fancy floss, with the patterns?
So kitted something up.
Yes.
I think you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do offer it. So we list in the pattern. If you click into the pattern and go to the bottom, you just look and write down the pattern, the SKUs, and then you order them. I mean, we're going to do some kits, but usually
would have brought the Rose Cottage up here. I would have liked to have seen it.
Oh yeah, we can go get it.
They kitted up the Rose Cottage from Hands On Design and me, and I've seen it on the website, but I haven't seen the
Yeah, we'll
in person.
go get it and we'll have it. Yeah, so the kits that we put together, but you can always call customer service and just say, oh, I want to make this exactly like it is, and they can do your order and then call you. They can just do it for you.
And the Land That I Love, they are selling the floss pack, so you can get the floss pack plus the chart.
Yeah.
And we have DMC, we have some of the colors. The rest are going to be here in a week, they say. It's just like getting the Monaco. You get it when you get it. At Classic Colorworks, we have all the colors online, and in 1 to 2 weeks, we will have all of Weeks Dye Works online. Right? Is that what I ordered?
Yes.
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 I don't even know.
Suzanne Culkin says, do you store your over-dyed floss on the ring like Kimberly is showing? I love fancy floss too, but I haven't found a good way to store it.
That's their ring.
Yeah, so like this is how Mom does it, but since she changes her color so frequently, she would separate these into like greens, browns would be on a separate ring, yellows, and then she can just go pull from there instead of doing them. Some people do their colors alphabetically, and then she lays these down in a like Rubbermaid shoe container, and the floss is covered that way, so it's not wrinkled up. You could also get like command hooks and hang them on there somewhere if you have some place in your stitching room, whatever the case may be.
From Joy Leftwich, Chelsea, how is Hawk Run going?
What is that?
It's going. Hawk Run Hollow is
It's a
this
big
giant piece that I've started. It's in my whip room.
In the 109 minutes.
Thank you, Joy.
She also said, on a side note, I want to say, enjoy your time away. I know it's nerve-wracking to leave husband in charge. However, I have found firsthand that they figure it out.
Hunter's in charge of the dog and the cat. I know that. Hi, Hunter.
This is
I gotta
the
see a
first time
picture
I've
of
left this long, and so I had like meals prepared. Like he looked at me like I was psychotic because I had like everything on paper plates and Ziploc bags labeled and who was taking
I
what.
thought about
at
doing that
lunch.
with Ronnie's food.
And
but
lunch
then-
bags with their
the
name and
cans.
the date that they take it. So he's all set. He's good.
Oh my goodness.
This question's for all of you. Gretchen Dinger says, what is the most disastrous thing that has ever happened to a stitch work in progress, i.e. being spilled on or a pet chewing on it?
Oh, I got a good story.
Let's go.
It's not cross-stitched. So, okay, so if this was when my nephew was like a baby and he's now about to go to college. So like think that many years ago, like 17 or 18 years. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was taking a class from this place and they were super strict and I just like couldn't figure it out. And so I made this whole quilt. It was a stack and whack, which you know those like take forever. And then I didn't know how to quilt it, and they were very like, they were like Nazis, like don't use a long arm quilter. But it was way back when it wasn't like as popular. I didn't know how to do it, so I got like a black pin from Joann's and like marked it up. Well, of course, then the black wouldn't come off, and I was trying to wash it. Anyway, it just like ruined the quilt. I just threw it away. So that's my story. What's y'all's story?
I can't think of anything that's happened bad to my stuff.
Have you started anything and like fallen out of love with it and didn't finish it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't had anything.
It's a Wonderful Life, remember?
Oh, yeah.
And it was because I was stitching it on white. I
Oh.
can't stitch on white. But this is from the Fat Quarter Shop. It's got all the floss and the fabric.
That's cute.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
floss container.
Yeah, so we put the floss.
Oh, sorry.
You get it.
It's Rose Cottage.
Yeah, and it's got the floss in the little container so that you have something to carry it in.
Oh my gosh, so nice.
That's awesome. And then it's kitted up with Witch Oak black chalkboard. 14 count.
And I will say, I had never stitched on black, and it's really not. I thought it was gonna be super hard. It's not. I was fine.
Yours
doing
is
it.
pretty.
Yeah, so
And I
some
have
people,
bad eyesight. But I was fine.
lights are helpful if you're stitching on black. Some people use a light box if they did paper crafting
And
before.
daylight stitching helps too.
Yeah.
And for me, I wear 2.50 readers and I go up to 3.0.
when you're stitching on
yes,
black.
when I use black.
All right, Leanie22 says, I purchased the spring, summer, autumn, and winter packs from Needle Necessities that Priscilla picked out as her faves. So which pack from Fat Quarter Shop would you say I should try next?
That one.
This is called Fancy Floss Favorites.
Yeah.
It probably has duplicates though.
Yeah, there might be some duplicates in there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Or
And
you
then-
could get the Land That I Love floss pack because that might be
That would
totally
be
different.
Patriotic.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be doing more packs
Mm-hmm.
over time. We just got it in. It's selling great. I was so nervous. I mean, Cheryl, she's sitting over here. She told me so. I mean, I was just like so nervous. It's so expensive. And like, I don't know, like I don't want to bring something in and then Kevin say, why'd you buy that? It's, you know, neither me or Kevin want to be the person who makes the bad decision. Like there's been fabric, I'm not going to say which one, but like we brought in basics before that was like, oh, this, I tell him, oh, this is the best thing ever. We can't sell it. He will tell me for years, remember the time you bought, So I didn't want that to happen. So
They
thank
don't
you guys.
forget.
So thank you for like buying this so that it's good and I don't have to hear that. But I mean, we do it all in good fun. Like I do it back. I mean, he's not the only one that does it.
Right.
Candy Cruz says, is there any way you can show some modern finishes? I'm not country, but I do love your finishes.
Well, I mean, their house is country, so like that's what they do.
Yeah.
But any of the finishes I do, you could take them and put them on something else. Put them on a frame that you got. You don't have
that's
to
true.
And
to
switch
get
up
an
the
ornate
fabric.
frame. Just get a plainer frame, right?
Switch up the fabric to be more modern. I mean,
Yep.
we use a lot of ticking stripe and a lot of buffalo checks, so
And
that
plaids,
would be
yes. So just pick out different fabrics and use a plainer frame. That would be more modern. But you could use the same basic ideas.
finishing principles. Yeah.
And lots of people have been asking this question in the chat. What is the difference between Monaco and Ada?
Smaller holes. And
It
a little
feels
bit.
about the same.
It's stiffness.
It's a little bit stiff, and you stitch over 2 on the 28 count and over 1 on the Ada.
And with like fabric, the more you put it in your hand, like the more
the oils in your hand.
Yeah, like it gets looser, and then the more you cook, right? Don't you boil it or whatever? I don't know what y'all just like throw some stuff in it. I oh my gosh, I don't even know. But when you wash it, it makes it not as stiff, and so over time.
We use a lot of tea and coffee. One of our viewers actually sent us a case of coffee because she worked at a coffee place.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. The thing that was getting me is like I like everything, like I'm very OCD, so I like everything to be like a recipe, like you do A, B, C. There's no like deviation. There's no black and white in my life.
Oh no, you just throw them.
And they're just like coffee, tea, this kind of I'm like, what are they doing? What are they? Just like I was like, Denise, you gotta come to my office. You gotta watch this. And she's just like me. She's like, what are they doing? They're just like throwing stuff, whatever. I mean, it's hilarious. That was
It
before
gets
we
the
like,
job done.
yeah, but it's awesome. Like I'm like I could do that. I just might go crazy. I don't even think I've ever used my stove, guys. So I don't know if I can do it. My kids make their own eggs. Like they know how. I mean, I sit there and watch, but they like to do it. They like to make their eggs, and they want to do their own. So like Emma will do the egg her way, and then Peyton will do, and then the other two are like they won't eat eggs. So, but I mean, you know, I don't cook. That's the thing. I don't do it.
Colleen Holt says, did Parker's Christmas stocking get done, Priscilla?
No, it's Hunters. No.
Hunters.
Still not done.
Hawk Run Hollow.
Thanks for the reminder.
Anna Rote says, when can we have a tour of the basement? She put a little laughing face.
Oh,
The 12th of never.
Somebody told me to sneak down there just to show them.
Yeah, no.
I would be slaughtered. Like they
You'd
would
have to find a new finisher.
Sue Stokes says, what is your favorite all-time design that you have stitched? This is for everyone.
Mine's
here.
Liberty
Can you
Lane.
grab the pumpkin one.
Mine's Liberty Lane.
And every time I get a new chalk design sent to me that I've drawn, that's my favorite. So
My favorite is, what is it called? Be Thankful. So it's a Country Cottage Needleworks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I put it on let me think, burlap 10 count, that's Lori's. And then we used Aura Floss, and we changed the colors completely. And so I think I love it the best because number one, it matches my house. because it's very like neutral.
Yep.
And number 2, like I'm so proud of myself for picking the threads. I didn't really do it, but Denise did it. But like, you know, picking the threads and like having control of like your design and making it your own. So like I just love it because it's like me.
And the frame's beautiful too.
Right, and after I saw yours, I had to add it to my mania. I had the chart, but I had never stitched it.
Yeah, I just love I don't know, I just loved it. It was fun.
It's
and it was
pretty.
quick. It was so quick. I just
It's awesome.
So
No,
luckily.
you're fine.
Give me 1 second to restart Instagrams. We are at an hour.
Oh, okay.
So Instagram always cuts off at an hour. Okay. Diane Curran says, Priscilla, I thoroughly enjoyed your home tour. How long does it take you to exchange items for each season or holiday?
Christmas is the longest. It takes me about a week to 10, 12 days. The rest of them are a day or two, and I'm good. I have to take down all my spring Easter, and I'm going to do patriotic when I get home, but I don't know if I'll have time before we leave to go to Minnesota.
Okay, so I have a question. I want to know how many Christmas trees they have in their house at Christmas.
13.
I have 8.
8.
How many do you have?
1. My kids all have a little bitty one though in their room that they keep. One of them keeps it year round. So I guess I have 5, but they're like little. But they're not like these.
Deb Schultz-Broad says, welcome to Texas. When can we expect a tutorial on the RIT dyeing process, please?
Oh.
In the next couple of weeks. We have a busy schedule for the next couple of weeks, but after that we can do it.
Yep. We'll probably need some fabric for Mania, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna like convince them to make me some aqua fabric.
We'll do
Oh.
Aqua.
Cash
Cash got up. He woke up.
Yep.
it. Are we doing Ada, or are we doing...
What?
Are we dyeing your fabric Ada?
Oh,
or-
I'll try Monaco.
Okay,
I'm gonna try it.
we can do that.
Gianna Gorsuch says, so awesome to see you 3 together. Has Piggy met Cash?
No,
yet.
Piggy's at home. I live really far. They can come to my house if they want, but Piggy, he's at home. I cannot bring him to work. Kevin would not allow that. He's kind of hyper too, but he's. Lily says he's behaved, so I feel good. But
I think he is. For my dogs. Kyle Robinson says, Chelsea, we need a blog post of all your favorite chicken patterns. Help us chicken ladies out. Ha ha ha.
It was probably
did
last
a
year.
video,
I
yeah.
did a video showing all my chicken patterns, but yeah, I can drum up some. I've got plenty.
Stitch and Maniac says, thanks for helping so many new stitchers discover the needle art. Aside from the places you are going to be retreating soon, what location would you most like to visit and participate in a retreat?
Disney World.
Disneyland.
Disney World.
Disneyland.
Disney World. We're trying to talk her into it.
like everyone here loves Disney. I'm just like.
We thought it would be good to show everyone how you can take your project with you, and your kids are on a ride, and you could sit in the park and stitch. So yeah.
She's pulling. She's trying to.
Floss and Ada says, Priscilla, would you please show us your basement finishing area? So that was,
Gosh,
I said no.
sorry.
It's not neat and organized and like beautiful. Like that's
I
the finishing.
straightened it up.
I
I just have stacks of fabric. It's like a basement with a concrete floor. It's not fancy.
All right. And Don Green says, do you have favorite needles you use?
Pat
Yes.
Carson's. You can get them
Yep.
here.
Pat Carson's 26, and we also like the Bohan 26.
Right. Cindy Gerke says, tell us what's happening in your garden so far this spring. Love that you fit that into your busy stitching lives.
Nothing really in mine yet. I haven't planted anything, but my hydrangeas are starting to leaf out. We just had snow a week ago, so there's really nothing going on yet. Maybe like after Mother's Day is when I plant the garden typically.
I've got peas planted, and hopefully my husband at home is going to get me my cattle panels.
Your what?
Cattle panels to make an arch, and then
I don't even know what that is.
and
For
then
bees to climb up like
Yeah.
a trellis.
And then I've got some broccoli in the ground. We'll see. I've got a bunch of stuff started under grow lights at home. We'll see if it lasts my trip.
Kia B says, Tech Guy is struggling to stitch on navy. Do you have any suggestions? He's tried the pillowcase and the light board.
Oh. Does he use an overhead light? If he's not using an overhead light, That
Yeah,
helps.
an
Or
outline.
just stitching in the daylight. Like I get my best stitching on black done when I'm waiting in line in the school parking lot for the kids to get out of school because of the daylight.
Or get them
magnifier.
that little tiny light that we showed yesterday, the little tiny light that runs on batteries. It's so good
It's a
because I
small
used it last
outlet.
night in the hotel room. It's in my bag, yeah.
Okay, we'll grab it. Can we grab it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Deanna Payne says, do you ever take several needles pre-threaded with different colored flosses?
I do not, no. But I do have a needle in every project.
No, I don't. Do you?
Take needle? No. No. Some people do that if they're working on like full coverage pieces or they leave threads hanging. No.
This is a battery operated outlet and it is so bright that I stitched it on the plane on black yesterday and I stitched it in our hotel room last night. So
And we're sourcing it, like we're gonna have it online, but she got it at Joann's. Like if you want it now.
no, I got it on Amazon.
Oh, Amazon. Go to their Amazon store. They have an Amazon store, and you can get it there.
But yeah, I would try overhead lighting for sure. She said a magnifier if you're having difficulty seeing it. I've never stitched through a magnifier. Have
Me
you?
either. No. Mm-mm.
No, I tried. I couldn't do it.
Seasick.
Mm-hmm.
Deb Costigan says, you took on quilting and needle punch. What other crafts can you see yourself tackling?
I don't know. Is there anything left?
You crochet.
There's like rug.
I crochet.
She crochets. There's lots of
I
crochet
do
blankets
crochet.
over there for
Yeah.
cash.
I crochet. I don't knit. I can't knit.
Can you crochet? Or
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I can crochet. I cannot knit.
What about embroidery?
No.
Oh.
I've done that.
No.
It's too.
Oh, wool applique. I'd like to try that too.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh. I can come and show you. Like with the reason I don't do embroidery is because it's freeform. There's not a hole. It's a little bit like, I feel like it's not perfect enough. I like my things to be perfect and easy, so I would love to be able to embroider. You know who embroiders brilliantly is Lori Holt's daughter. So anytime I've had a quilt that needs it, I just send it to Cassidy and send her a little check. So that's my embroidery is, hi Cassidy. But her daughter, oh my gosh, amazing. I don't like to do, I guess I don't like to do anything unless it looks like perfect. And I know that I can't do it perfect, so I'm just like, yeah, just somebody else can do it.
Yeah.
Don Green says, PNC, will you be getting any quilting tips from Kimberly while in Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we have a plan. I'm not going to tell you the plan. It's not going to be in this set of videos. I'll say that.
Annette Hyman says, Priscilla and Chelsea, when you use fancy floss, do you start by running your thread under or start using the loop method?
We start by running it under.
Running it under. And
Because we
complete
went the
each
most-
X at one time.
Right. We want the most variegation from that thread that we can get. So we do one X at a time and leave a little tail and stitch over it.
Anna Rote says, who's in charge at home, Ronnie or Calvin the Terror? Put a
Ronnie.
laughing face.
Ronnie is in charge. Ronnie.
I would be scared to meet the cat.
Well, he'd probably beat you up. He's horrible.
I'd be running.
I've never seen a cat that bad in my life, and we had cats a lot, but he's like something else.
They said he was feral when he was a baby, so that's why he acts the way he does.
So he was rescued.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon Berkemeyer says, just came on. Can you tell me who these ladies are with Kimberly so if you can reintroduce yourselves?
Oh my gosh,
Sorry.
This is Priscilla, and this is her daughter Chelsea, and they have an awesome YouTube channel called The Real Housewives of Cross Stitch, and they are pros at cross stitch and have a video every Saturday morning. And I just watch the videos, and I just thought, it's just like Lori Holt. Like, I loved Lori, so I was like, Lori, can I come to your house? Can I come to your house and, like, video you? So I just was like, hey, can we do a video? And it's just as easy as that. Like,
She has to come over too, but then she
I
told
did.
us how she didn't like that we were throwing tea and coffee in the kitchen. So we were like, no!
I'm going to their house one day. If they make me go to Disney, I'm going to their house. There.
Okay, it's a deal.
Cindy Furry says, where does Priscilla store all the projects that are not currently on display in her house?
I have bookcases in my family room that have cabinets underneath it. There's some in there. There's also some in the bottom of the hutch in the family room. There's some in the hallway in a cabinet. And then I have a few under the bed boxes that have seasonal things like Halloween and Christmas.
Right.
There's not stacks of them all over my house or anything. They're all put away.
Mary Gordon says, what are your favorite floss colors and why?
The favorite fancy flosses right here, where you can get them at Fat Quarter Shop. They're on the Coming Soon page. These are going to be our favorite. These are our favorites. So, I mean, it just depends on what we're stitching. I guess.
Right now, mine is Sticks and Twigs from Classic Colorworks.
And it's the red.
Love it.
No, that's the brown.
It's black, brownish gray.
Okay.
Perfect for.
You like cat licked red, licorice red.
That's Calvin's favorite color.
Yeah. So it just depends on the project we're doing. What's your favorite color?
I don't have one.
Okay.
Aqua.
Oh yeah, and live my favorite color is pink and aqua, but thread. I don't...
Rain Shower from Classic Colorworks would be a good color for you. Just saying.
Okay, rain shower. There's something.
Chrissy Clark says, how many strands of fancy floss do you use?
2.
2.
2 and then over 2 threads on the 28 count or 2 on the 14 count as well.
All right. Kim Harder Clayton says, Priscilla, did the wicker basket of whips travel to Texas?
No. But
we had 72 other bags.
Yes.
Okay. Mary Town says, the wall art behind you is like the wall art in Kimberly's craft room. So pretty. Where can I get them? Red rain boots.
Let Lily answer. Yes.
That's red rain boots, and yes, they are the exact same ones as on Kimberly's house. And she does have them back in stock if you were one of those people waiting. And that was as of yesterday. Okay. Bits of Stitching says, will the cross stitch journal be available on the Etsy Fat Quarter Shop?
Sure. But it's on Fat Quarter Shop now. We'll get it on there. It probably won't be today because we're filming today, but yes, we will get that on Etsy.
You have an Etsy shop?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
We don't sell very much on it.
Oh.
We just do it so that, I don't know.
More places to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ellen Weaver says, how do you all decide what projects you want to stitch? There are so many. I find I generally choose mine from the national market releases, FlossTubers, or social media. So where do you get your ideas?
I don't know. I just see something and I know I have to stitch it. So the pattern or chart comes home with me, and then when I have to fit things in, because I like to stitch for the season. So right now I'm going to be starting patriotic and summer and bees, and so those kind of things will be stitched now.
I like kind of going back to my favorite designers like Country Cottage Needleworks and Little House and seeing what they had done previously, because I wasn't involved in cross stitch when they were doing those. And if you change the colors on some of them, you can really make them like modern,
more up to date.
Yeah, more up to date. And then not everybody's stitching it, I guess, is what I love. It's I'm able to make it unique in my own, and then go from there.
I'll say that I generally will only buy the pattern if I'm really going to use it, because I don't like to have like extra stuff. So like if I love a pattern, I'll buy it, but then it's like for example, I bought this, I don't know what it's called, Belfast linen, but I'm like, okay, I bought it, and then I bought the glitter houses, so I'm like, okay, I'm committed, so now I'm going to start it. But I only buy stuff unless I'm going to like really start it, because I just can't justify it. I guess, you know, like that's the way that I save money. Like I don't want to.
You don't have a lot of stash too.
No, not even quilt. No. I have a lot of thread though.
We both have quite a few charts, but not like some people that we've seen that have.
Yeah.
I have like one basket and one bag, and that's it.
And I love like Lori's designs, Priscilla's designs, and Country Cottage Needleworks. That's pretty much what I like. That's going to be a majority of my mania. I stepped out and did a couple other things, but not many.
The next question is a quilting related question, and I'm going to ask it, but if we could keep all the questions on the channel floss related, cross stitch related. Diana Harris says, what size 80-20 batting squares did you use for the latest quilt?
For the latest cross stitch, we did 36-inch square. That might be what you're asking.
Oh, okay.
Last week when we did the Quilter's Cottage, we did 36-inch square. So I think that's what you're asking.
Were they asking for us because we did those squares
maybe,
on those
yeah.
strip
Yes.
quilts?
That might be it,
Those were
yeah.
8-inch.
Yes, 8-inch.
And, you can
And
get
they were
those
from
too.
here, yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
No.
Just in case. I don't know if they were.
It might
No,
be
I
that,
think they
yeah.
were asking them, yes.
Vanita Harm says, Priscilla, have you numbered your completed cross-stitch projects over the past 30 years, and how many have you done?
Gosh, I don't even know.
She
But-
finishes almost 100 a year. You had 80 something last year, right?
Yeah. I don't number them, but I do a blog post for everything that I finish, so there is a record somewhere.
Wow.
Okay. Michelle Carr says, Priscilla, you should make a video counting Chelsea's whips.
That would be a 2-hour.
So like she can sneak in her house when she's not there and do her whips, and then she can sneak in her basement when she's not there, and then they get a payback. It would be funny.
Deanna Payne says, would the three of you ever consider doing a retreat together? It would have to be huge to accommodate all of us.
Yes, in 2025 we plan on getting her to take us to Disney World. So
That's too long.
we need to plan to get our fast passes.
Disney 2020.
Yes,
Yeah,
like on a
2020
retreat.
sounds
Like if there's somebody out there who wants to do a retreat and wants to like contact us and pay us to come, sure. I don't want to arrange a retreat. I don't want to arrange food
Or take money or no.
I don't want to
be
like
there,
do
though.
any of that stuff. Like I just want to show up because I have a lot going on at Fat Quarter Shop, and like I don't ever want to take away from like what I'm doing here. I have enough on my plate, so like sure. Eventually, but like I'm not running a retreat because I don't even cook at home, so like I'm not gonna arrange food for like I can't do that. That's not what I do. Like my kids eat, don't worry, they eat. They eat a lot of Chick-fil-A and a lot of Chipotle, and yeah.
Cake pops.
Cake pops. Yes, this morning they had cake pops. Yes, I don't even care. Like I don't want to hear any comments about it. It's better than the Cheetos they put in my car. So yes. And they're all healthy and they're fine. Yes, I don't want to hear any comments, but yes.
Michelle Carr says, can you schedule a retreat for your Stitch Squad? So that answers that. Cross Stitch Claudia says, how do you girls always keep motivated? Sorry, I butchered that sentence.
I like to stay busy. I don't like to have a lot of idle time, so I figure if I'm not doing anything, I should be stitching.
Yeah, same thing. I like to do it. I enjoy it. I don't want to sit at a dance competition and talk to a bunch. I'm not very, like on the video, Terry says this about me in customer service, and it's so true. I do not talk very much in real life. Like if you know me in real life, I come to work, I shut my door mostly, I put headphones on, and I listen to podcasts all day because I'm completely obsessed. Like the whole Delphi murders, so cannot wait to get back because they just had a press conference. Like I'm into all that stuff. I don't talk very much. I don't socialize. So when I go to dance, I don't want to sit and chat with all these moms. They're lovely, great. I want to stitch. I want to be introverted. I want to be with myself. That's how Kevin is too. We're just very introverted. So it's, I don't know. I'm not even answering the question. I'm like all off onto some
I think just getting stuff done is like how we just get it done. If I don't do it, it's not going to get done, and you only get one life to live, so might as well fill your days with something that you enjoy and get your stuff done. I don't know, don't dwell on a lot of things.
Sewing Becca says, Kimberly, have you gotten to see Priscilla's new chalk designs? You know you can't keep a secret, so you can tell us.
No, she doesn't.
She didn't bring them. She didn't bring them.
No, I have them. I showed it in the back.
Oh, that's right. You didn't. Yeah, no. I know I'm gonna love them though.
Lori Holt says, Kimberly and Lily, I can't wait till you get here. Priscilla and Chelsea, tag along and I'll show you all of my favorite thrifting places in Utah, and we will go to Shepherd's Bush too.
We heard about it. Yeah, she invited us. We're all there.
Yeah, I told her about them. Yeah, we can come like not next
They
week,
sound
but
wonderful,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going next week.
I was telling her it's like home again or something. We go every time. Home something. We go there every time. So next Friday we're gonna be at home.
I love Utah. I was there once. I loved it.
Yes, and they have good thrifting stuff.
Mm-hmm. They do. Susan Giesler says, I lay my stitches in the same direction all the time. Do you all do this?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Christy Clark says, I have been stitching for 20 plus years and I've always used DMC. I want to start using some fancy floss. However, I don't have LNS close to me.
Mm-hmm.
What colors would you start with?
You have the Fat Quarter Shop, and they have our favorites, so it would be a good start for you.
Yes, and we'll have them in stock in about 2 weeks, but we have all 300 or 200 or whatever colors, and we have really good photos, so you could look and just kind of, they're not that expensive, I don't think.
Go from there.
Wilma Evans says, is there a chart to change colors from DMC to other flosses?
Yes, and it's in our Kimberly Stitch Squad in the file section.
Awesome.
Anna Sandeja says, why don't they use a frame for their projects? I thought the project was not the same as using the frame. As using a frame.
I think she means hoops.
Oh.
They just like to stitch in hand.
Yeah, so there's multiple ways you can do it. You can use a Q-snap, you can use a hoop, or you could stitch in hand. For us, it's more portable. We don't have to spend the money on the accessories. We're not fumbling with the hoops, so it kind of cuts down on that time as well. So, I mean, it's just easier for us. It all fits in a Ziploc bag. We can take it with us when we go.
When I went to Disney World last winter, I had mine in my little purse, and I could stitch wherever. So, it's great. I don't need all the accessories to be able to stitch.
Don Green says, do you have any tips for getting stitches to lay flat and look uniform?
Practice.
Yeah.
And I like to railroad.
Railroading, just the tension of your fabric itself, whether it's on the hoop or in your hand, just the tension of you pulling your needle as well. If you pull too tight, you can make the stitches look a little
And sometimes
bit
you
funky.
need to let your needle hang and drop your thread so that it flattens it.
Yep.
And like if you're tired and you notice your stitches are bad, just like put it up. Go back to it another time.
Yep.
Because that happens to me and I'm just like, oh, I gotta put this up.
Wilma Evans says, when stitching freehand, is it hard to keep your tension even?
I don't
Yeah,
feel
practice.
like it, no.
Practice. Yes, it'll be hard for the first week or two, but practice.
Question from YouTube. If you use the thread rings, what do you do with the leftover bits, the shorter strings?
Just put them back
Attach them
on.
to the
So,
top
yeah.
of the ring, yeah. The top of the card, I mean, in the other hole.
You
Yeah.
could have them right up here. Wouldn't make a difference. It would still slide through. Sometimes it doesn't look as pretty, obviously, but I wrap them around the top where it says Classic Color Works, so I can still see the name of the color, but then it doesn't interfere with the ring if that's what you're concerned about.
Darla Ott says, would you consider making a short video showing how you finish a project, sticky board, washers?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, subscribe. Shannon Fangmeyer says, how do you ladies keep your finished pieces clean and dust free?
My things are mostly seasonal, so they aren't out for that long, so, and then they're in closed cabinets or bins, so I don't worry about dust.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and I have glass on mine, so. And I don't have as many as they have, so.
And I don't have a lot of projects in my kitchen either. So, you know, cooking grease and things like that could get on your chart and you wouldn't be, or on your project and you wouldn't be able to clean it. But we don't have a lot of things in our kitchen.
Mary Gordon says, is embroidery on a machine only?
You can do it either way. We're not experts in that. You can do it on a machine. So I think we're going to take 3 more questions, guys.
That's how many we have left.
Yes, good. I'm like, I gotta go pee. Sorry.
Julie Wilson says, do you ladies hand quilt or long arm?
On a
machine quilt.
On her
Machine
Bernino.
on their quilt. I do. I use Gina Tell. Her website is Thread Graffiti. She's awesome. That's my girl.
She was great. Kelly Kramer says, I've heard you make a few comments about Kimberly's Stitch Squad. Is that a Facebook group and is it open to anyone?
Yes, you just have to answer the questions. There's 3 questions. If you don't answer the questions, I'm going to hit decline because I don't know if you're like somebody that's like going to post spam. So, and then they have a group,
Stitching with the
Housewives, and they also have questions. So you have to answer their questions and then we'll let you in the group. And then I check it like once a day, or like today I'm filming, so I'll check it tomorrow. But yes.
And before I ask the last question, I don't remember if we mentioned this or not, but next week, both on Facebook and Instagram, we will be on, or the week after that, we will be live streaming on different channels, not the channels we're on right now.
So we today did this on our just regular Fat Quarter Shop channel, but going forward, all Cross Stitch will be on Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube. And all of their stuff is on the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch YouTube.
Janessa Cole says, what is FFP?
Finally finished
FFO.
project.
Fully finished object, or
FFO is a fully finished object.
Yep.
I don't know what I just said, but yeah.
It just means that it's like done, framed, or put on sticky board and mounted and put together. So completely done, not just done with the stitching part, but completely finished.
Like, but what is this called? It's not framed, so what is this, an FO?
Yeah.
And then if you put it in this, it's FFO?
FFO.
Yeah.
Done. It's done.
Yeah.
And then just a couple funny comments here. Lori Holt said, you can vacuum your cross stitches if you need to, but with the attachment though.
Okay.
LOL.
Are you serious?
think that's what Lauren said.
I'm gonna bring it to your house. I'm gonna bring something next week and be like, let's vacuum. Let's get the vacuum out.
And then Colleen Holt said, Kimberly doesn't have dust in the house. Boogers maybe, but no dust.
I don't have dust. I will say I don't have dust, but I have a lot of. What I do have is my walls are really white. Our old house had brown walls, so it is just like fingers. So once a week I get the Clorox wipes, and Peyton loves to clean, and I'm like, clean. He will clean the baseboards, he will clean the walls, and I'm like, get the hands off, and we just wipe it all off. It's gross. Yes. So thank you for joining. Follow me on Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube, and Kimberly Stitch Squad, and follow them on
Instagram at Priscilla Blaine, at Chelsea356, Priscilla's 2000 on Facebook, and Priscilla's2000.blogspot.com, where you can see more of everything that we finish. And we'd love for you to join our group, Stitching with the Housewives. We'd love for you to get your shirts and show us your selfies. And then The Real Housewives of Cross Stitch on YouTube. Thank you.
Bye, guys.